All right, so we are here today, Blacktree TV, with Malkia, Cyril, and Kevin Gannon, both from the 13th documentary. How you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Well, thanks.
Good. So let's dive right in. I got a chance to screen the film last night, and I've noticed that, of course, 13th is about the 13th Amendment and how race, injustice, and inequality is based into our American fabric. I know you're a writer. You've done some work. Give me your thoughts on when you first got introduced to the film and why you were willing to participate.
I wanted to participate because I think we're at a time right now where we have a chance to not further amend slavery, but actually abolish it. And so I think that this film gives us an opportunity, right, to have a deep historic conversation, not just about our past, but to ground us in what we need to do for our future. So that's why I wanted to be involved, but also because Ava didn't just make a documentary. Like, she made like a poem. You know, she made a poem. She turned our suffering into a narrative of hope, of longing for justice, and that's something that I definitely wanted to be a part of.
Now, Kevin, I hope I am quoting this correct. You are the tattoo doctor.
Yeah, the tattoo professor.
Tattoo professor, sorry about
no,
that.
That's all right.
And I did read online that initially, you know, you were a little reluctant because you weren't familiar with what the documentary might have been about, but then you went up in the Bronx, you sat down with Ava. What was that experience like, and what did you take away from that interview?
Well, you know, it was pretty random the way that it all started. I write a lot on social media and online, and I got a Twitter message from Ava saying, "You're writing about some stuff that I'm working on," and you know, and I was very, very excited actually for the opportunity, right? Because I could sense right away that, you know, the way she described the project, that this was going to be more than just a documentary, right? That this was going to be something really legit, really powerful, and that's why I teach history. You know, history isn't just stuff that happened in the past; it's stuff that we have to honestly and openly reckon with as a society, and that's hard work. But having a platform like this to do it, you know, I couldn't pass that opportunity up. And then, you know, Ava's a great interviewer. We had a wonderful conversation that just ranged widely, and now we see the results. So I'm just honored to have been a part of it.
Yeah, so I definitely wanted to go back to you again, Malkia. One thing I noticed in the film that you were very passionate about was taking that man away from his family and now creating a society of children being raised without that black man, or that man because he's incarcerated. Any personal experience as far as family members, or has that touched you personally in any way, or is it just what you've seen and felt around you in society?
Well, first, I think it's important to recognize that it's not only black men that are being taken from their families, but also black women that are being taken from their families. In fact, most of the black women in prison are mothers. And so we have to understand that there are 2.7 million children out here with parents that are incarcerated. For me, my uncle is incarcerated in Atlanta. Okay. It's painful, you know. I got one of my little homies that's incarcerated in St. Quentin. He's been there since he was 15. He's 30, and you know, it's painful, you know, to know that, you know, every month I try to put money on the books. I try to take the calls. I mean, the reality is that it's expensive, that it's heartbreaking, and that you watch your family, the people that you love, be deformed by the system. People who were perfectly healthy, beautiful human beings when they went in come out scarred in a way that you can't change and you can't fix. And unfortunately, we don't have the kind of society that brings you back into the community in a way that's going to heal you, or bring you back into your job, or bring you back into your family, or allow you to be a full human being. So, yeah, I do have personal experience with it, and I wish that there were fewer of us that did.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Kevin, as a professor of history, was there anything that you took away from this documentary that, I'd like to say you didn't know because it is your craft, but anything that enlightened you or opened up your mind to this 13th Amendment?
Well, just, you know, you can be intellectually aware of kind of the impact that these historical processes have had, and you can hear statistics, and you can hear, you know, this is the problem we have today, and I'm, you know, fully aware and immersed in all that, but to see the human stories behind it in a very real and very powerful, very raw and honest way for me, that's what really opened my eyes to, again, just sort of underscore the importance of, this is why we study this stuff, so we can understand our present to change the future. And to have to reckon with all of that in such a powerful medium like film is, was really eye-opening for me.
All right, well, I definitely want to thank both you guys today for your time. Beautiful film. Hopefully the audience will receive it as well as you did, and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right.